is, as all bard songs are, an adaptation. It may involve adult themes and strong language. This is The Curse of Penance RPG.
Welcome to episode 11 of The Curse of Penance RPG. Who are you, what are you, and what is your relationship with pineapple? Starting with Karen.
Well, howdy. I'm Karen Lebowski, mother of some, I forget exactly how many, but I'm currently looking for Tyler, he's one of them. Now make sure never to leave home with my trusty smothering pillow. It's a real good disciplinary technique, and I think my relationship with pineapple, the less said about it, probably the better. There was some dark days back when I was a bit younger, when it was tight. I worry about some of the delicate ears who might be listening.
Amy.
Hi, I'm Amy. I play Meghren. She's a squeezebox enthusiast.
Woo!
Currently hoping that the band is hopefully going to get together. We've hopefully got a harpist?
I'm pretty sure it's a harpist, yeah.
Harpist, yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully who's going to be coming along. And Tubbs, you got a bassoon, did you not?
I did.
Yeah, the band is coming together, so Meg's quite pleased about that. As for pineapple, Meg doesn't like pineapple. My personal relationship with pineapple is that it can burn in hell of fire, but yeah, pineapple should not be on pizza.
Ooh, controversial.
So controversial, no one is arguing.
AJ.
Hey, I'm AJ. I play Ozmand, tiefling guitar player, who's just about tolerating all the squeeze boxes here in Barovia. My relationship with pineapple, I don't mind pineapple. I'm not a fan of it on pizza, but it's been a while. I rarely cross paths with a pineapple, to put it that way, whatever that means.
And Matt.
Hello, my name is Tubbs, and I am a necro carpenter and wizard. I am along for the ride, and I'm slowly getting more tooled up as we go. And my relationship with pineapple is that he's my cousin on my Auntie Mango's side.
I'll give you that one.
So, what happened last week?
Previously on The Curse of Penance RPG.
Good question.
We went to a library.
We did. We snuck back in very badly, I feel like.
We did a lot of stuff involving preparing ourselves just in case we confronted the monster, and we never actually confronted her.
Tubbs was lied to by his best and dearest friends. That's what happened. Box full of gravel.
Oh yeah.
Well, we didn't want you to fall back into your drug habits.
Yeah.
What kind of friends would allow that to happen?
Tubbs doesn't know he hasn't had a lot of friends. This might be how friends act.
Aww.
You know, it's for your own good.
Yeah.
We went in and we got some stuff from a cabinet,
We did.
I think, and then we ran away. That's my recollection.
We got a spell, did we not?
We did. We got a couple of spells. So I got a spell of raising the dead, and we got a spell of locating an object.
Oh, that was it, because there was a wizard who was kind of a little bit out of it, and he'd lost his memory and his gear and things.
Yeah, so we need to go and find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. His staff. We were supposed to get his staff.
We had a rare moment of competence where we searched systematically through index pages to find stacks of...
Oh yeah, I forgot about that bit.
Oh yeah, because Etiquette Monster took everything apart and arranged it by various metrics.
Yeah,
Yes.
ET.
And I was genuinely staggered at our ability to solve that puzzle really well.
The rules were with us in that.
They were.
They were.
Yeah.
I
We also
forgot.
got an ungodly amount of natural 20s.
I forgot how many letters were in the alphabet.
Oh yeah. And we
There aren't
found
many
that-
numbers in the alphabet either. Well, there is one, but let's not get into that.
if you do it algebra? Or is
But
that
then they
the
could
way
have
around?
many values.
Truly, X is the number we all aspire to be.
I don't know where you're going with this. Do you want me to move on?
Me neither, so yes, please just go.
Weird, Belry's taken the me role.
Anyway, so did anything else happen last week you want to mention?
There was a
Yeah.
flash file.
Yeah, there
Oh
was.
yeah, lots of bodies being like neatly stacked in individual bits, so like bones and skin.
Yeah, it was dark.
Yeah. Also, that had happened to a bunch of books as well.
But she has fixed up the place really nicely, so we might keep her as a groundskeeper.
Side from the flash pile.
Because, oh yeah, so the only thing we cocked up was Karen smoked the deed.
Oh god.
Oh.
Well, she almost smoked it. She almost smoked it. It's
Yeah.
still
It
slightly
was badly
legible.
singed.
Yeah.
was
Badly
badly
singed, yeah.
We need to find a notary to make a copy.
Did we not say that the Baron or the Mayor will be able to do that? Like a
Well, we
official
just assumed
seal.
it would and then convinced ourselves that that was the case.
Yeah.
You did kind of convince yourselves of that, yes.
I feel like anytime we try and lay claim to something that isn't the wagon, it gets burned down.
It is a pattern that seems to be emerging.
But on the plus side, that means like if we ever don't like someone, let's just claim their house and it will mysteriously burn down in a fire.
So there's always that. Okay. So, you return to the town centre of Kresk from the Abbey, brandishing your 2 spells. Are you going to go straight to the tavern and speak to Octavio, or are you going to do something else first?
I think we should go to the Baron. and,
Well, we were going to
clear up
buy
this-
adventuring supplies, weren't we?
We were. And I was going to summon a thing,
Yeah.
a skeleton friend.
Well, it's just that we realised we never have any rope and things when we need them.
Yeah. So Karen has to keep jumping into bushes.
Yeah. Like, it's a continuing problem.
So at some point I would like to cast my spell to get a skeleton friend.
Okay. Are you going to
But
do
yeah.
that in public, or are you going to do that, like...
No, I'll do that in private.
Okay.
Probably
But
for the best.
you already have the dog. He's a skeleton friend.
Yeah, I pat the dog on the head. Yeah, but he needs a skeleton friend.
What if summoning the skeleton de-summons the dog, though? There's a limit to how many familiars you can have at a time. What?
Oh no.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm willing to take that risk. I'm not willing to take that risk before everyone gets on my back.
That's true, and at least you know that the dog is currently, is up and about.
Yeah.
What happens if the dog falls apart? I don't know if we can live with that.
Well, he shouldn't fall apart. Like, I have a whole herd of... Is herd correct terminology for skeletons? I've got a whole herd of zombies and skeletons working on the farm.
I don't know. Would you just describe them to as what they were before, like a murder of crow skeletons, or like
Yeah, maybe.
a pride of lion skeletons,
Could be.
a nuisance of cat skeletons?
Yeah. I mean, they're people, so a crowd, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah,
So,
there you go.
are you going to go back to the cart and then summon your new friend, then?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Maybe we should put the dog in a bucket just in case.
A bucket.
He'll be fine. However, maybe, because I'll be honest, I don't know if he's going to be our friend or not. So maybe let's just candlesticks and swords at the ready.
Wait, what do you mean you might not be our friend?
Well, I mean, I've only got 1 page of a spell.
Are they normally longer than that then?
I don't know. It depends.
Meg's gonna step outside.
I mean, my
I'm just
zombie,
gonna step outside while you do this.
the one I've got at home is just a single scroll that someone gave me, but I thought that was a spell for potato, so I didn't really question it. So
I'm beginning to doubt your wizard credentials, Tubbs.
I don't know what you mean. I am a master wizard. How did you say it? Wizard. I'm a master wizard.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. It's got wise in the name, you see. It's meant to be pronounced as wizard, actually. I'm beginning to doubt your credentials.
Makes sense.
Okay. Roll to res this creature.
I rolled
Okay.
a 12.
You cast the spell and you hear the ground rumble, and this, half-clothed skeleton just crawls itself out of the ground and just sort of stands next to you, sort of seething. Doesn't seem to do anything else, it's just sort of standing next to you. It's got, bits of hair stuck to it and bits of clothing. It looks very obvious, put it that way.
Hello, skeleton friend.
It just stares at you and doesn't respond.
Do a handstand?
You hear a... and then you watch this, going at the speed of decay creature slowly roll itself into a handstand.
That's just gross.
I think if this thing's gonna befallen us around, we should try and make it look a bit more presentable.
How big is the skeleton?
It's about the same size as Meg.
Okay. And Meg, have you still got those weird cult robes we got? Or did you get rid of them?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I'm outside.
Oh, I'm going to open the door. Meghren! Have you still got those weird cult robes that we stole from that first creepy house?
Did you blow everything up again?
No, it's fine. He seems to be friendly. He can do handstands. So, there's that.
Just gonna stare at him and point to a bag that they're in.
Cool. I'm going to put the robes on the skeleton.
Okay. Are you taking what clothing he has off first, or are you just putting it on top
I
of it?
am, because if Tubbs has experience with one thing, it is raising dead people in a village and then them getting freaked out when it turns out to be their grandpappy.
Okay. So you basically have this, like, skeleton. The closer you get to it, the more it smells of soil and very old bones, and it's now wearing a black robe. It basically looks like a mini death.
That's awesome.
Can we do what's left of its hair?
It's got, like, 3 clumps all over its head, where, like, there's bits of skin still stuck to its forehead. 1 on the left, 2 on the right kind of thing. It looks like it kind of has some sort of very weird set of bunches.
Could we, like, shave it all off and just glue it into, like, a sidecar or something then?
You potentially could, yes?
Or maybe a fancy goatee.
Yeah, that'll distract from all the decay.
So, what are you doing now? Are you doing anything with its hair?
I'm going to make a goatee for it.
Okay. So how are you going to attach it to the skeleton?
I'm going to boil milk and ash to make a primitive glue.
Okay. Roll to see how this goes. You slap some glue on its face and tries to stick the hair to it. It looks very tragic. In fact, he looks even more tragic now you've stuck the hair to his face.
Yeah, but does it look like a corpse or just tragic?
He looks basically like death going through teenage beard.
We need to rob a farmer.
I feel like we need a better disguise for him, but maybe we can just leave him here in the meanwhile.
Okay. So, what are you going to do now?
I forgot what we were doing in the first place.
We need to buy some stuff. We need to go on a shopping spree.
Yeah, I was going to say it looked like a sort of general goods sort of store.
Okay, what are you going to go and buy shopping-wise?
Apparently we're going to find a ropist.
Yeah, I think noted ropist.
No,
I think,
officer, I'm a ropist, I swear.
Oh, for God's sake.
We keep running into situations where we need rope, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
True. But let's not seem too desperate.
That's true. Just burst into a shop, give me all the rope you got.
I'm worried when you hear all the rope you've got, you mean, you think a lot of rope.
So you want us to go to the rope shop and act really coy about it?
Yeah, like, what are we here for tonight? Maybe rope, who knows?
I could be persuaded to buy some rope, I guess. I don't really need any right now, but if it's good rope...
I'm just going to assume that you go to this rope shop. Roll to see if you could deceive the rope seller into thinking that you have to be convinced to buy rope.
Sure.
Not only does the rope seller not believe you, but he does start trying to sell you rope, but he manages to put on his full spiel. You end up really, really interested and end up buying far more rope than you need.
That does sound like us, yes.
Yeah, it's a classic us.
So you all have at least 3 big, like, schemes of rope?
Maybe.
Spindles.
But I don't really know what the sort of collective term for a piece of rope is.
Basically, we have a shit ton of rope.
You all have a shit ton of rope each now, yes?
I'm
Cool.
not sure I trust this rope maker. It seems like he makes a lot of schemes.
Can I inquire about maybe like a climbing axe or some like climbing equipment?
Roll. Yep, you can tell your
16.
climbing axe if you want one.
Awesome.
Considering you've already spent so much on rope, he'll give you it for a good price.
Yeah.
I just can't remember how much a climbing axe is worth, so in my head I'm just like, you've probably spent like 100 gold on rope. He's probably happy just to sell you an axe for really cheap because
That's a lot of rope.
he just
Yeah.
sold you a lot of rope.
Well, we can leave some in the cart.
Yeah, if we ever need to like tow somebody.
Awesome. I'm gonna attach that to my belt.
Now, my friend Meg here, she's in need of a mask for a fancy dress party she's going to. Do you know where we can find a mask that might fit her face?
Oh,
What?
He sort of looks at
I'm
Meg's
just going to
face
wink at
and
Meg
goes,
like,
she's got quite interesting cheekbones. Well, I suppose I could have something made for her. Here,
mean-
how about this? and he brings out this mask. It looks like it's not for normal parties, but it would get by for a masquerade. It's kind of highwayman looking.
And how much do you want for that?
Oh, 10 gold?
That's lucky, because that's about all I have left.
Okay, so you now have a mask for Meg.
Cool.
I assume it's for the skeleton, but...
It's for the skeleton. Sorry, Meg.
Oh,
I mean, you can try it on if you like.
no. I was confused for a second. I was like, why are you buying a mask for me?
Somewhere in there was a very, very obvious wink when he said it's for Meg.
Tabs is just
so
super
obvious
awkward
no
at
one
gift
saw it.
shopping.
I'm pretty sure I still have that like cult mask from when I was being Mother Nature. You could have had that.
Or the one made of leaves.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't really want to
Lose
think about that day again. Yeah, I'll need to find a nice cold river again.
So, what are you doing now?
Before I get on with the story.
So,
Oh, fuck yeah, no, Baron.
are you going to see the Baron first, or are you going to see Ricky first?
We've got to get our priorities straight. Sure, the world might be in danger, but we want an abbey.
Have you seen today's property market?
Yeah.
Do we really need an abbey, though?
Yeah, I mean, what are we going to do with it?
We could.
Sell it.
Yeah.
Do you know how much cleaning would be involved in that?
She do the cleaning, it's fine.
Do you really think you could, like, convince her?
What we do, right, is we sell it as a theme hotel, right? And we say
Okay,
they're all
get
props. No, just like they're props, aren't they?
But she's not a prop. She's an unkillable killing monster.
To be fair, we just know we can't kill her, but let's be honest, we struggled to kill a lot of stuff, so go figure.
That's not true. You murdered that dude when we went into the first town.
I mean, that's true. I did have a candlestick then, though. I've only got this spear and this bow and arrow and this staff that fires fireballs now.
Yeah, they're nowhere near us.
To be fair, I did kill those two people with fireballs, didn't I?
That's true. You know, you've got a real problem when it comes to murdering people.
I'll be honest, I haven't really realised until this point, but I'm getting addicted to a lot of things.
Does Tubbs have the highest body count?
Potentially.
Of all of you?
I think it might be up there.
Is either Tubbs or you? Remember, you
Well, I
did
killed-
kill those old women, so...
No, I killed those
didn't
brothers.
kill the old woman. I just broke their knees. Technically, they died of exposure.
It's between Tubbs, Karen, and Ozmand. Because I think Meg's only killed one thing so far.
Did I not kill the end?
No, that was Karen.
Oh, it was Karen.
Karen clipped his knee out from under it.
Oh, yeah.
Karen's
So-
taking the glory.
Yeah.
Right.
So, anyway, back to the story. What are you going to do?
So just to recap, well, we have to get back to Ricky anyway.
Yeah.
But what's the pros and cons of going to Ricky before the Baron?
We might have to leave
Level.
town. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
plot will happen and we might be forced to advance it. Before we have to, like... Yeah, we can't do the Baron.
I mean, that's a very fair point.
Well, why don't we go to Ricky first, see what else he has to say, and then we go to the Baron after?
I mean, we
Yeah.
can come back for...
For the deed.
Yeah. I mean, no one else is going to get the deed, right?
No, exactly. We have it, so...
We have most of it.
Yeah, but the point is it's not going anywhere. No one's going to steal it. And
Exactly,
we have
because we've got the only copy.
it. Yeah.
I mean, maybe if we advance the plot and go and solve the actual mystery, then when we come back, the fog will be gone, property prices are through the roof, and hey, guess who's got the thing? And they've also already cleaned out the monster for us.
It's true.
Let's go.
Okay. So, you go back to see Victavio.
Ricky, how's it going?
He greets you and asks how you got on.
Well, we didn't die, so I'll call that a win. It's, you know,
That's
very-
definitely a win, yes.
yeah. I mean, it's a very precarious situation. I think we got the spell. It was quite tricky because all of the books had been, you know, kind of separated. But,
Separated?
well, by page and
And in number.
alphabetically.
Why?
And number of words on the page.
Why
The-
did you do this?
Oh, we didn't do this. We didn't do this. It was her, E.T.
I think E.T.
E.T.
might have developed some of that OCD.
Is this the PKU and the TPV?
Yeah.
The etiquette creature that they
Oh.
made.
Tammy, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot you called it Tammy, didn't you?
Yeah. Etiquette.
Etiquette Tammy. Okay, so he looks over the spell and says, yep, this looks right. So they basically tell you that they can brew up the potion, but in order to track where his items are, they need to pour it onto either something or someone, and then they can lead us to it. Do you have something we can use?
Well, we do have a dog, or we have Archibald, who's our new servant we picked up. He doesn't say much.
Is that the name we're going with?
I mean, no, I'm not sold on that yet, but I'm just seeing how it sounds.
I mean, it's definitely bald now.
True.
You're gonna shorten it to Archie.
Can I just give, like, the bird... I can't remember what his name was, but can I give the bird the side eye?
Diaval is not getting put under there. He's not getting...
I mean, he can fly, though.
What's Diaval doing?
Diaval is sort of giving Tubbs the look. At this point, I just want to remind you that the skeleton's average speed is decay.
So it's not
he
going to
doesn't
go very
move
fast.
very fast at all.
I see.
What about the dog?
Yeah.
What if we, like, captured the frog or something?
Or what about Enrique?
I feel like he's too busy being pissed. I think we've made him an alcoholic.
That's Edmonds.
Oh, Edmund's right, yeah.
What if we put roller skates on Archie?
What about Karen?
You could speak to Karen if you wanted.
Nah, I'm not sure that's the best idea.
Who knew this would be the sticking point?
Well, if you did, I'm afraid the only thing to be found is my fist found your face, boy.
I also realise now, just as a tangent, everybody, we didn't look for anything about a dragon last week. I mean, in the thing.
That's true, but we were kind of in a rush to not get killed.
True.
Because she was following us.
That's true.
She just got a bit shy, that was all. But the danger was still there.
I mean, we know we can look for this information on this General Sarovich somewhere else.
The lonely, like, wail she kind of gave at the end was kind of disconcerting as well.
Did we leave a mess somewhere? Is that why she was wailing?
I don't know.
We did leave multiple piles of vomit.
Oh yeah, we did. No, but she cleaned them up.
Could have been that, yeah.
She had cleaned them up.
I know, but nobody likes to clean up vomit.
No.
So, what you gonna do?
Shall we put it on the dog?
I mean,
Yes.
it's your dog, but I think, I mean, the dog can move fairly quick. Well, as quick as a dog, so that's quicker than me.
Yeah, I think Diaval would probably peck someone's eye out before.
Yeah, whereas Jason is fairly quick.
Also, then we can't forget about him, so that's cool.
That's true.
We can't forget you this week. You're integral.
Exactly. Jason, you're about to become a plot point.
I love you, plot device number 7.
It's taken 11 episodes, but finally he's paying off.
It's what the Chrome would have wanted.
Okay, so you pour the sort of goop all over Jason, who doesn't look very happy that he's got the sort of goop all over him. And then he sort of looks around and then bolts out the door.
Ah, we did not think of this.
I'm gonna
chase him and throw some rope around him.
I'm gonna send Diaval off to catch him.
Can I roll to try and jump on the dog and put some rope around him
Yep.
somewhere?
You manage to jump on the dog and manage to put some rope around him. He's
Like-
determined to pull you towards the door, so you're very lucky to have caught him.
Shall we go?
Yeah. Sorry.
Ricky,
Yeah,
do you want to bring the wizard?
No time like the present.
Ricky turns to look at the wizard. The wizard is sound asleep in the back, who's snoring really loudly.
Shall we leave the wizard here?
I think the wizard should stay here for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
He's
follow
not going
one in
anywhere.
time. I can track you guys, so I'll follow one in time.
What do you mean you can track us?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a beast hunter. You're not exactly difficult to follow.
I just look at Ozmand.
I mean, people can't handle my style, that's all it is.
That's the point. When we got back to the carriage, was there any signs that anyone had answered any of our and requests?
Any of our
There was none at
adverts.
this point.
One
Right,
day.
let's
Okay.
go follow after.
We
Let's
just need
go.
to get a couple of gigs, you know, out
True.
there, and then people will be like, wow, those guys they're really cool. Maybe one day I could be in a band like that. And then it turns out they can because we need other people.
Yeah.
Why don't we should have a jam session before we kind of
Metaphor!
We're having like a Scooby-Doo mid-episode band, like,
Yeah.
rolled out.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
kind of want to know that we'll jam before we do an actual set.
True.
What are you doing?
Follow the dog.
The dog excitedly leads you out of Kresk. A bunch of you follow down and you lead down this very steep hill towards swamplands. You doing anything, or am I just going to continue?
Just keeping a general eye out around for anybody kind of approaching and stuff like that.
How close are these swamplands to the ones where we heard that bell before?
You mean when you heard the horn blow off before?
Right, the horn, yeah.
Yeah, you were further south than you were before, so you might be closer to the source of that.
Cool.
Okay, so the dog is currently pulling you along the edge of this river. She's heading pretty much straight south. There's loads of frogs and bugs and like clouds of black flies, and the ground is beginning to get really thick, heavy, marshy beneath your feet.
Do we want to get in the river and on a little, like, floating thing or something?
You mean like a little barge or something?
Yeah, although I doubt there'll be anything.
The dog's not stopping. We might as well just keep following. We haven't got time to build a barge.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Okay, let's go.
So you follow this makeshift path for a while, and then the path seems to disappear, and basically you're trying to get through this like quagmire of just mud and dirt and water, and the dog's excitedly pulling you forward as you continue through this. But another 5 or 6 minutes through this, you eventually come to what looks like a clearing where there are these giant black stones standing in a circle. What do you do?
I don't know about anybody else, but I'm hoping that my boots don't like get stuck.
That's what I call spooky.
I'm like trudging through, making sure I keep my shoes on.
Can I inspect the black stones without touching them or going into the circle?
Yep, you walk up to the black stones. They are covered in moss. There are about 12 of them. Every third one seems to be a lot bigger than the rest. And in the middle of the circle, which is about 100 foot across, there is like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of extinguished candles.
Well,
That's not on.
that's not creepy.
Yeah.
The stones themselves are about 15 to 18 foot high.
I'm gonna pull out my staff. I'm like, how about we ignite those candles and see what happens?
Well, now hold on. We've gotten into trouble before when you've just been setting fire to stuff. And by trouble, I mean you murdered some people.
There's no one here to murder.
There's us.
Yeah, that's true. We've got unlucky so far that none of us have gotten murdered, but
We can't
It's
die
only
with the main
mild.
characters.
that's not. I mean, what are you talking about?
I don't know, I had some weird vision from another world, briefly.
Stop fourth wall breaking.
Damn you, Deadpool!
I mean, I won't kill us because I'll be careful about it and you can all stand behind me.
Why
Those
don't
last
we?
words.
Why don't we have a look around first? Let's just keep out of this creepy circle to start with, and
Okay.
have a look around first.
The dog seems to be trying to be pulling you across the circle. As you move him to one side, he seems to be happy just to run around the edge of it and carry on.
Right. Okay. If we don't have to go into the circle, I don't think we should.
Yeah.
But I could set it on fire.
Just hold the fire. Just keep it smoldering for now.
If you
Yeah.
need fire, if you need to set fire to something, why don't you light a cigarette, Karen?
That's true. I'm gonna hold the staff up and light a cigarette.
Well, howdy.
I have not had a smoke in over 7 minutes and I was getting needy.
We're gonna take it in turns to replace Karen until she comes back because Belry's broke his drivers.
Oh no.
So Meg, get ready to have to replace Karen at some point.
That role wasn't to light Karen's cigarette, I promise.
You singe Karen's face and her cigarette. She just gives you a look of.
Oh no,
Well,
my
I'm
cheese
gonna
grater
slip.
wounds.
So, you continue following the dog. Eventually, after like blundering through huge banks of flies and just horrible trees and horrific undergrowth, you come to what looks like an abandoned village. All the houses look like they've long since sank into the swamp, and everything around you seems to basically look like this village that looks kind of like Vallaki or Crest could have looked, but it's just fallen into complete disrepair. It's been consumed by the swamp, the roofs are falling in, the smell of like mold and decay is quite strong.
What a charming place.
Do you remember when we talked to that guy that was going on about how the souls were being stolen?
Recycled.
Yeah, and recycled, and the soulless were wandering around. I'm getting the feeling that this place died of soulless people.
I mean, it could have been. Are there any bodies around or anything?
Nope, no bodies.
Is there anything to swipe?
Well, as you continue to look around, you look into the couple of shells of the houses, there's nothing really there. You move over a couple of things and even through the rubble you can't really find much. You do come to what looks like a fountain, or what used to be a fountain, which depicted some sort of young child, but it's been so caked in moss and decay effectively that it's just like corroded again. As you notice, as you look south and you see that this must have been the main street because it leads straight down with there's 2 rows of houses, one on each side, and at the bottom there's this like grander house. It looks like the mayor's house in Vallaki.
This is familiar.
Is Jason heading towards that house by any chance?
Jason is sort of trying to pull you roughly towards that house, but it could be any direction. Everyone roll me a d20, please.
Hey, we are back to form.
Oh god.
Right, okay. At this point you hear a "Meow," and you're like, fuck's that, and you look around, and eventually, after a couple of seconds of looking around confused, you notice 2 or 3 goats appearing from the mist, walking towards you, sort of bleating, and sort of eyeing you up quite strangely.
Oh, now, I'm good with animals. I got a farm and everything, so allow me to handle this.
Okay.
Hello, little precious goats. How are you today?
Roll to see how you get on with the goats.
Can I roll my animal skills?
Yep.
Aminal.
You bend down and you sort of go, see? Aren't they just cute? And you turn to look at Meg and Oz and say, aren't they just wonderful? And you hear a and you look down and the goat's taking a large chunk out of your sleeve of your robe. As you do this, several more goats seem to appear from behind you and all around, all sort of like bleating and moving towards trying to get bites out of your clothing.
You know, Tubbs, I'm beginning to doubt your credentials as a farmer.
Yeah.
No, they're just hungry. It's fine. That's how ghosts transmit that they like someone.
Sure, but just by eating parts of their clothing.
I'm gonna take out one of my daggers and try and shoo them off, but not
Jesus
like...
Christ.
No, I'm not gonna kill them. I'm just gonna like
Trying to up
shoot
that
them
kill
off.
count.
Right, roll. Well, she was feeling lacking earlier. Roll to see how they react. They aren't that deterred. They're deterred enough to not come to you, but 2 of them at the moment are currently chewing Tubbs' sleeve. And more have appeared, and you all around you just hear this frantic bleating.
I pull out my guitar and play like a really discordant, nasty kind of noise and just kind of chase them around a little bit with it.
Okay, roll.
I don't know why we're trying to get rid of these goats anyway.
You
Well, again with the
start
7.
strumming again. The goats seem to flock towards you and start trying to chew your waistcoat.
Well, fuck, no, get off it. Ah, just had
Right.
this done.
I'm gonna pull out the stops and pull out the squeeze box.
Okay.
I'm
At this
trying.
point, there's about 50 goats around you.
There's 50 goats. Are you kidding?
Drawn more here by making all this noise, and they're all just frantically trying to get close enough to chew your clothing.
Hey.
Was the wizard naked by any chance?
No, he wasn't. Okay. At this point, you see Jason frantically trying to run away from the goats. And the goats are kind of penning you in and pushing you towards the old manor house.
I think
I
we should
mean-
keep following Jason.
Yeah, let's keep
Yeah.
following Jason. I'm gonna pull out my staff and just put a few fireballs around just to try and put them off, to not hurt them. I want to
Roll to
hurt
see if
them.
you could firebomb goats then.
I'm not trying to kill them. I'm just trying to like shoot over their heads to scare them.
It's just like Vietnam, like American people in helicopters destroying crops and things. I don't know why my mind went there, but just the idea of Tubbs like in this swamp and he's just firing fireballs at like farm animals.
Symbolism, oh symbolism.
Over the head of them.
Okay, so you fire a couple of firebolts over the top of them, and a couple at the back seem frightened and they all start charging towards you.
Jeez.
Oh, great.
So can everyone roll to see if you get attacked by a wave of goats?
Oh no.
I don't know why we bring you Tubbs.
Nor do I.
Okay, so Meg is desperately trying to stop her cloak being chewed by these goats.
No.
Tubbs has already lost an entire sleeve. Ozmand is desperately trying not to let any of his waistcoat get chewed.
It's true, I don't want that, you know.
Should we run into the mansion very quickly and maybe shut the door?
I'm gonna kick the goat that is currently chewing my cloak in the
Okay.
face. No, I'm not.
You swing to kick the goat. The goat takes it as a challenge and butts you back, knocking you prone. You get swarmed by more goats.
I'm gonna fire a fireball at that goat.
With my last dying breath, I'm going to
Okay.
curse Tubbs.
It's alright, don't worry, Meg, I got you.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna fireball the goat.
So, Tubbs manages to fireball the goat that originally had a bite of you. The 3 or 4 more goats above you are scared now because the one's just caught on fire, and they're all starting to rampage and run around in circles, panicking and shrieking.
This is our
we,
chance, let's get in the house.
Yeah, let's get in the house.
Are any of you helping Meg up, or is Meg just to get herself?
Yeah, I'll help
I'll
Meg
help
up.
Meg up. I'll throw her some extra rope.
So, roll to see, first of all, if the fence is open on the way to the house. Okay, yes, the fence is open. So yes, the iron fence was open, so you sort of charge through that and you try and shut that behind you. There's a wave of what looks like maybe 80, 90 goats now trying to follow you. And it's just all these creatures just bleating and just wanting to chew your clothes. You run up to the house itself and burst through the door. Once you're inside, the house itself is quite broken down. Oh, there's Karen back.
Oh, thank God we found you, Karen. Those goats were mental, weren't they? I can't believe that all those goats tried to kill us.
So, you break into the house and slam the door behind you, finding Karen just sitting there smoking. She seems to have wandered off earlier. The roof is sort of lying half collapsed in here. There's not really much protection, and as you bolt the door, you realise the bolt probably won't hold very long, and outside you hear the sound of frantic goats battering against the door. What do you do?
Sounds a lot like my grandmama.
Well, this is a lot of goats. Do you think there's any way we can barricade the door against them?
You can move some of the furniture in the house if you want.
Let's do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, let's get the closest chair or something.
Where you guys been anyway?
We got separated back in the swamp.
Oh yeah, by the way, you've got a bit of a singed face at the moment, Karen, because Tubbs
Oh, yeah.
tried to light your cigarette with a fireball.
Excuse me, Tubbs lit the cigarette with a fireball.
And the face.
How on earth did I manage to miss that?
So, you barricade the door and you still hear the frantic sounds of goats, smacking against the other side. You look around for a way out of the house. There doesn't seem to be a back exit, but there's a set of stairs to your left that lead down to the basement, but they will need you to have to clear the rubble out of the way.
Did Jason come in here with us, or did he run off?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Does he seem to be pointing in any particular direction, or is he just kind of hanging around?
He seems to be sort of wandering around the back of the house trying to work out how to get out of it.
Okay.
I mean, do we want to just leave through the back door?
There
Yeah.
Or is it the back door?
Well,
Oh
we have
shit,
to-
sorry.
we
Do
have
we
to
want to
move
leave
it
through
now.
the back window?
Is it not covering the basement?
You could go into the basement.
Why don't we go the way I came in?
You came in through the front door, Karen, before all this panic started.
Oh, you see, just when I was coming in, it looked like the back door. I guess I must have just got confused like that.
You got bamboozled.
I done been bamboozled right good.
So yes, what are you doing?
Shall we have a look around? Maybe we can find some old clothes or something and then throw them out to the goats to distract them.
This village is pretty run down. I doubt there's probably any clothes about, but we can have a look.
I
Then
know my
maybe.
grandmama did enjoy eating clothes.
Well, it doesn't necessarily need to be clothes if it's any drapes or anything.
Yeah.
Tell you what, she also enjoyed them tin cans.
I'm gonna roll a perception check, see if there's anything. No, I'm not. Oh,
You look
God.
around, the village has long since been abandoned, talking at least 10 years. There's nothing really of any value at all. The only furniture that's left is covered in a thick layer of mould and grime. There's a sort of scent of, basically just the scent of the swamp all around it.
We should send ET here, she'd love it.
So yes, there's not really much here that you can use as a fabric.
Curses. Should we go down and look in the basement?
You can do.
Yeah, sure, it's not like I have much fabric to spare.
Nor do I
If you
anymore.
look over everyone else seems to have at least one giant goat chew mark out of their clothing. Apart from Tubbs, who's missing an entire sleeve.
They ate my sleeve, Karen.
Not the sleeve.
The sleeve. You know, my favourite sleeve as well.
They put holes in my cloak.
They took a wizard sleeve. That ain't good.
We're
So-
bad people.
Okay, so you descend into the basement. It's a very open plan basement, which seems to be the same width as the lower tier of the house. It seems to have stone pillars all the way around, and unfortunately when you go downstairs you find it's under about 2 foot of water at the bottom. So the entire bottom layer of the basement is under about 2 foot of water.
Are there any shelves or anything that's keeping anything out of the water, or...
No, everything seems to be underwater at the moment. As you sort of wander through and sort of make a couple of steps and notice, you feel that something's under this water, and you dive your hand in to find out what it is. And you pull it out, and it's the bloated corpse of what seems to be a cultist in a black robe.
I take the black robe.
Okay.
I mean, this could have been down here for 10 years, Tubbs. That's pretty gross.
The body is very swollen, and as it sort of bobs to the surface, you hear a sort of buzzing within the body itself, as in it's a home of some kind of flies.
Nothing but an exercise ball you could do with our body. Such a waste. I'm just going to push it away so it floats off into the distance.
Okay. At the back of the room on the left, there is it's kind of like an office, or like a room that's been closed off to be like an office. And to the back right, there's some dilapidated stairs.
Going up or down?
Going up.
Let's go up then, I guess.
Yeah, maybe this is a way out, like a sort of one of those exterior basement exits.
Ah, maybe.
Okay. You go along to the right and you find that there is a sort of set of stairs up, but they're not exactly stable, they're quite crumbling, and the wooden doors at the top are locked with a very large padlock. What do you do?
Well, this looks like a job for my spicy Spanish sausage. So I'm going to take my lock-picking sausage and grease the lock in preparation for lock-picking.
Okay. Are you going to climb up the stairs, or are you going to do it from the bottom, or what?
Just
Is there a chair I can stand on?
No. Currently you're sort of wading through about 2 foot of water, which occasionally you just see Jason like a dolphin just up and back down again.
Could I stand on somebody's shoulders?
Yeah, I was gonna say, could you maybe not stand on Ozmand's shoulders because he's the tallest.
He's
I mean,
a
you could
sturdy
stand on
boy.
mine, but...
I don't
sure.
see how that would make that much of a difference, Tubbs.
Exactly. I just didn't want to seem unwilling.
Hey, Oz, hold me up like the strong man you are.
Sure, okay.
You
So
lift,
I'll just...
roll to lift Karen up.
No, strength isn't my strong point.
Oh, it's alright, Oz, lad.
Okay. You lift Karen up, and she's quite heavy. And as you get, she goes, "I need you to look the other way while I produce my chorizo."
Oh, that's so gross.
What have I made?
You're starting to have regrets about the whole sort of arc that Karen's taken.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay. Karen just looks down and says, "Can you lean forward a bit? I can't get the angle right."
Can you not quite get it in, Karen? You're struggling to get your sausage in.
It needs
Oh,
more
guide the
grease.
lady.
It needs more grease.
So, yes, the current lockpicking is failing. What's everyone else doing while Karen is just being Karen?
Well,
I'm
I'm currently
sorry.
acting as a stepladder.
I am gonna use my climbing axe, which I recently bought, and climb up and try and hook myself in a position where I can hang from with my extra thing of rope, like a little sling or something. Or no, I'll sit and make a little sling, and then we can put Tubbs up there on a little pulley or something.
Tubbs is bobbing for cultists.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear Jason's excitable bark, and you look over to see he has found another body. He's again acting like a dolphin, jumping in and out of the water, carrying this incredibly large bloated corpse of a cultist.
Do you
Good
think
boy.
these cultists have got some of the stuff we're looking for? Because we came here following Jason with the stuff.
True.
Jason was leading us to the stuff, and he seems to be digging these cultists.
I thought Tubbs had already checked the first body.
I'll search the body of this one. See if it's got anything good on it.
There is a standing dagger, very much implanted through its ribs. And there's not really much else.
Do you know what? The Vistani make a lot of daggers.
Or they lose a lot of daggers, to be
Or
honest.
they lose a lot
Well,
of
no, they
daggers.
don't lose them. They know where they are. They just don't, take them back.
Maybe they make some men of daggers because they keep losing them.
Or they're not good at keeping their toys.
It's true. Maybe they just love making daggers.
It's true.
The second corpse you find, in it you find a very weird waterlogged scroll, which you pick up, and as you pick it up and hold it up to the light, it just disintegrates in your hand, just leaving a wax seal.
I'm gonna look at the seal.
The seal, again, looks like it's corroded with time, but it looks like it says cult of something, but you can't read what it says.
Right.
While Karen is digging there, are you wanting to look at the room at the back as well, or are you wanting to just ignore that?
Oh yeah, let's have a look at that.
Okay, so there's the room at the back. The door itself seems incredibly swollen and has grown completely to fit the door, so you will have to kick it down if you want in.
I'll just so everyone else is busy doing other stuff, aren't they?
Oh.
Either climbing walls
I mean,
or...
yeah,
I think
I'm
Ozmand is currently holding Karen up desperately, while panting while she's frantically clawing around his neck.
Damn it, Oz, hold me steady.
I'm trying. You've got to hold still too.
Meg's trying to make a hammock thing.
Yeah, Meg's trying to get out of the water, and Jason's
Well,
sort of
luckily-
splashing around.
Luckily, we've got all this rope.
Yeah. I'm gonna dig out my spear and just start trying to hammer the door open with the butt end of it.
Okay, roll. You crack the door eventually you hear a sort of like sound like a cork being removed from a bottle, and the door sort of pops out, and the room inside seems to fill with water, and the water outside seems to shrink down to about a foot.
Oh, I flooded the other room, guys. Yeah.
In that
Maybe
room, there is someone slumped over a table with 2 very large knives in his back. He's wearing a black robe, and on the wall is a portrait that you recognize.
Timothy!
No,
No.
it's
Is it the creepy saint?
No, it's 2 people and 2 kids.
It's the family.
Oh my god, it's the kids. Yeah.
Are they the ones who stole the... Fuck, what's it called?
The daggers
Windmill.
from...
No, the windmill from...
Yeah.
We didn't steal, we appropriated.
We inherited it.
Yes.
Guys, do we want another portrait of that creepy family whose baby all's killed?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't kill no baby, it was already dead.
Is the baby in that picture?
Nope.
Happier times. I'm gonna take the daggers and save them for Meg.
Okay. As you take the daggers, the body rolls over and lands in the water, and you notice a piece of paper sitting on the table.
I'm gonna read
The
the
other
piece of
desk,
paper
sorry.
out loud to everyone.
Okay. The letter says, "Dearest Brian, is this some form of joke? We have used valuable cult funds to commission this customized seal, and instead of it saying the Cult of Blood Rain, it says it's the Cult of Brian. I am very aware the lads find it hilarious to shorten our names to be Rain, but if this is a Cult of Brian, that would never catch on. I'm including the original seal. Please send us an appropriate replacement. Love, Brian."
Apparently this guy wasn't a cultist, he was actually a very naughty boy.
I love the cult of Brian.
So, this
So-
cult's apparently a bit more widespread than we thought it might be.
Well, we've already found them in a second location.
Who calls a cult after the name Brian?
No, probably some guy named Brian.
Meg's confused. Just confused.
So,
How you getting on with that lot, Karen? My shoulders are starting to hurt.
she's still struggling. At this point, you hear the sound of like splintering coming from the door upstairs.
Oh god.
I'll be right back. I'm going to take this guy's robe and the other robe, and I'm going to go and chuck it to the goats.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
no,
goats are
then they'll
trying to
get
break through the door at the moment.
They'll get
we'll
the taste of robes.
I will throw it out the window.
It's a good thing I ain't wearing that many clothes.
Actually,
I wouldn't describe it as a good thing, Karen.
Is there an upstairs floor?
No, the tower upstairs seems to have collapsed. As the water has sunk down, you realise that a lot of the bodies here have markings as if they've been chewed previously by something else. As in, any sort of sticking out parts and clothing have been chewed by, well, goats.
Guys, I think these goats have a taste for flesh.
Oh god.
This is another fine mess you've gotten us into, Tubbs.
I don't know how this one's my fault. I'll take responsibility for a lot of things and a lot of murders.
You went up to the goats when we all backed away. Why would you invite the goats?
Well, it all began.
Dream, dream, dream.
It wasn't a rhetorical question. Let's just get out of here.
So my plan is to use the spear to dangle the robes out of a window and try and drop it a bit away from the door.
Okay. So,
It
I
was like
assume
a
you sort of work on this plan while Karen has another attempt to try and open the door.
Yeah. Meg, how's your throwing arm?
Karen finally manages to get the padlock undone, and you kick the door open. As soon as you kick the doors open, the 2 doors like crumble and fall apart. So you've now got basically like another story up, and then that's your exit through that door. But the stairs are so crumbled that you can barely use them.
If the doors were that crumbly, do you think we could have just yanked the padlock off of them?
Yep.
But
Okay.
now we have a functional lock.
I am
Very greasy though.
I'm gonna use agility and try and climb the wall, so use the axe as like an anchor to get a rope down to the guys.
Okay.
Are we okay with that, guys?
Mm-hmm. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
sure.
Okay. Yep. You are now outside the cellar, and you have left rope for everyone else.
I'll grab Jason under one arm, and
Okay.
so we don't leave him in the cellar.
Oh yeah, I forgot for Jason.
Okay. So is Tubbs running down to?
Oh
follow
yes. Yes, absolutely. So Tom's going to literally chuck the clothes and run.
Okay. I assume Karen's climbing it as well.
Yes.
So now you're all out of the cellar. Are you taking the rope with you or are you leaving it behind?
I mean, we just bought it. We might as well bring it with us.
Yeah, I might as well, like...
Okay. As you get to the top and pull the rope up with you, you hear the sound of the door breaking, and you see about 50 goats just running down the stairs and then just frantically, like, sort of bouncing around through the water and then starting to chew on the bodies.
Oh god.
I did not want to see that when I woke up this morning.
Well, it was nice to meet you, goats.
I'm just gonna slap Tubbs.
I'm going to get slapped and take it like a man.
Mmm.
This is not the time for those kind of puns.
I don't get it.
Black sheep!
I've never seen black sheep.
Oh,
Unless you're
God!
talking about the ale. In which case I've drank the ale and snore it.
For fuck's sake, Belry. I love Black Sheep, it's great fun.
It's an amazing movie. The first time I watched it though, I didn't have like the soundtrack, the music score. It was just like the sound effects and stuff, so it made it really extra creepy.
I could believe that.
It was so creepy.
Is that
And then-
the one about the zombie sheep?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's okay, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you should see it, it's great fun.
It's great.
Anyway, so you run through the back of the manor house and through the wall that's collapsed. You look back, just occasionally see like a goat bounce up through the hole and back down again.
As amusing as that is, I think we should keep moving.
Yeah, it's a good thing we took the rope. My grandma learned how to climb. How should my grandpapa know?
So at this point you also realise that Jason is again sort of like and then he started running very quickly in a certain direction.
Well, he knows where he's going.
Yeah, we'll
Just
go
follow
after him.
So are you following Jason?
I am.
Yeah.
So you follow Jason and he leads you for a good 2-3 hours, sort of very excitedly through this swamp. You're all beginning to get really tired and sick of the swamp by the time it comes to the end, and after the second hour he's finally found a way out of the swamp, but it's up a mountain.
Oh god.
He's
thing we got
incredibly
all this rope
excited
and a
that
climbing
he's at the
axe.
bottom of a mountain and can run up the mountain, and he keeps trying to run up the mountain and run back to you.
I'm going to shorten his lead.
Well, luckily Meg's got a climbing axe and we got all this rope, so we should be
Yeah.
fine.
Does Tubbs have one of those retractable leads?
What,
I've-
attached to himself or just using one?
I've just got a long bit of rope, so I'm just pulling more.
A bit of an idea. Why don't we just let Jason loose and let Dioval follow him, and then when Dioval's found where the spot, he can come
My
back
only issue
again.
is, obviously this is something that's very dear to us. I'm not sure if I want it to run away because, we paid good money for that rope, and I want to make sure
we're
we keep.
going to be following an animal. It's just whether we want to be following Jason at speed or just ambling along and waiting for Deerval to tell us where to go later on.
Let's keep following him.
Okay.
Okay, so you start up this mountain trek path, and on the plus side, it's no longer wet and exhausting. It's now beginning to get very, very cold.
At least we've got our wolf armor.
So
Yeah, it's true.
in
I'm going to
transit,
start warming up the staff, just in case.
another 2 or 3 hours pass in transit, and eventually you're up this top of this hill, where there is this. It seems a very strange, well-made road. It seems to have come somewhere north and leads south. So you've kind of intersected it at the side.
The M1.
You walk forward a bit and look off the edge. The edge seems to be a sheer drop of about 1,000 feet.
Well, we won't be going that way.
I mean, we probably have that much rope now, so joke's on that guy.
So the road itself leads straight south, and that's the way Jason is trying to lead you. One side hugs the mountain, and the other side is the sheer drop.
Well, I think if we stay clear of the sheer drop, that's probably a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
I might be really metal, but I'm not much of a daredevil.
Yeah, same. I don't really like heights. I've not really ever got used to them.
What about you, Karen? What are you doing?
Qu'est-ce que tu fais, Karen?
I say we'll just follow the dog.
Yeah, but are you staying clear of the sheer drop, or are you staying on the side?
Or are you gonna be?
You know,
are you gonna wing it and dance on the edge of the?
Do you know, I'm gonna when you're a child and there's a knee-high wall and just
That's
walk
exactly what I was going to say.
Are you putting a rope around Karen then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case she falls.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna fall. I got some goat in me.
Yeah,
Stop it.
but...
Oh my.
Oh no.
Every once in a while.
I mean from my grandmama.
Oh my.
I must say, Karen, your genealogy is it's its own subject.
So, you continue along the road. You do notice at this point the road seems to be quite professionally made, as in it's got like... It looks like it's been made to run a cart along it.
Are you
Maybe
telling
we
me we could have run our car up here?
I
And
mean,
if you'd come from when the road started and you came along the way, then possibly.
Yeah.
I feel like Jason wouldn't have stuck to the roads as much.
No.
Yeah, I believe this is what they call ennui, right?
I believe so.
So the snow continues to get quite heavy as you walk along further, and the road also seems to narrow to, it must be just the width of what a cart would be.
I am glad we don't have our cart because this would make me very uncomfortable.
So you sort of shuffle your way along this incredibly dangerous looking sheer drop. Again, after about half an hour, it seems to open back out again, and you've came to, it looks like a bridge, only it's kind of made of wood, but it's sort of very greyish wood as if it's like aged like stone. And standing in front of it seems to be a figure holding a very large club.
Ah,
It
shit.
stands motionless. What do you do?
Well, howdy there, boy. Off to hit the club.
As you get closer, the figure is wearing fur, and he points the club towards you and says, "Who are you?"
I mean, as the famous Karen Lebowski, I'm sure you heard of me, right? Best mother in all of Barovia, by
Oh,
default.
Yeah.
Have you come for the great goat?
I mean, my grandma was a goat, so sure.
You
I
seek
mean-
the challenge of the great goat.
I don't know if we want to challenge the goat, because I'm just going to whisper it, guys. Like, we're not going to let the, camp thing happen again, are we? Karen, walking
mean-
into it.
Karen, you think you can take a goat?
I mean, me and my grandma would wrestle all the time. She was pretty old, but I always won. Sure, I will challenge your goat.
Then if you seek challenge, and he slams the club against the ground, I am your first challenger, Foxagzor! And he leaps forward and swings the club at Karen.
I mean,
Oh, crap.
you don't look like much of a goat.
He swings and just misses Karen.
Okay, so
It's a very large spiked club.
because this is the challenge of the goat, I'm going to headbutt him.
Okay, roll.
Just like
You-
my grandmama taught me.
You crack him in the head, and at this point you realise his head is made of something very, very thick and heavy. It's potentially not just bone, because that did nothing.
Does he look like... What is he trying to
He looks
ascertain what
like a
kind of creature he
barbarian.
is? Okay, and what kind of creature is he?
He's kind of built like a really, really bulky Goliath,
Okay.
but he's only wearing basically fur. And despite the fact he's wearing fur and standing in the middle of a snowstorm, it doesn't seem to affect him.
Do I still have a rope attached to me?
Yes.
Can I,
To be fair,
Well
did we
done.
ascertain what the opposite end of the rope is attached to?
Meg's holding the end of the rope.
Okay.
can I, dance on the edge of the cliff and be like, come get me, big boy?
Okay, well, we'll see how
And
he
try
reacts
and-
first of all. Yeah, he swings and misses you. He's not very accurate, but if he does hit you, it probably will hurt a lot.
Ooh, boy, what's wrong? Come get me. Come get me, big boy.
Okay, he swings again. He doesn't miss Karen, but he's very close to the edge.
And I just, push him over.
Can we jump in and help push?
I'm holding Karen, so somebody else needs to go.
Roll to try and push him.
Like a hero.
Yep, two of you push. He slips, falls, and you hear a "Brah!"
Bye now, big boy.
I feel like we don't really reflect on these things enough. Do you think that guy was a good guy or a bad guy?
Who cares? He tried to kill Karen.
I mean, did he?
Really, there ain't no such thing as good and bad. It's all subjective moral posturing.
Wow, that's probably the deepest thing you've ever said.
That's what I tell myself every
Yeah,
night.
whatever helps you sleep at night, Karen.
So
Did we win the challenge?
well, we've
So
done the Guardian.
But I mean, was that the challenge?
I mean, we just had to get past him. He said it was the first challenge, so I'm assuming that implies there's further challenges.
I mean, what if the challenge was a riddle?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we don't have to
again,
think about it now.
The riddle was he was coming at me with a club, and I solved it by throwing him off a mountain. Therefore, I'm not getting hit by a club.
Good job we had the rope.
Fair enough. Well,
Where's Jason in all of this?
Jason is continually trying to pull past where the Guardian was.
Let's cross the bridge, I guess.
So you cross the bridge, which feels oddly sturdy despite the fact that it seems to move with the wind, but when you walk on it, it seems very sturdy.
Is it like those skyscrapers that are made to be wobbly so they don't fall down?
I think so.
Like a Weeble.
Yes, it's a Weeble bridge.
Is there a sign that says Weeble Bridge?
Sure, why not?
Just say bridges wobble, but they don't fall down.
Bridge may wobble, but it won't fall down.
Yeah.
Okay, so you carry on across the bridge, and at the other side of the bridge, again, this path narrows, and after another half an hour of traversing this, you come to another bridge. This time it's made of glass, and it has, again, another guardian. This one seems to stand with a trident,
What was the first bridge made out of again?
like very old wood.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a nice looking bridge you got there. I don't suppose you're just gonna let us walk past Johnny now?
Who are you?
What was the other guy called? Who we threw off the mountain?
we are Karen and the Smotherers.
Yeah, we're here to play our debut concert.
Check us out in the next band camp you go to.
Yeah, smash
Yeah,
that like
the-
button.
The goat's expecting us.
Have you
Yeah,
come
we-
for the great goat?
Well, he's
Yes.
expecting it.
Was gonna play him a tune.
Then you are challenged. I will be your
Karen is our
second.
challenger.
And he moves in a sort of defensive stance, and he has a chain wrapped around one arm, which dangles below, and it's attached to the back of a trident. What do you do?
Boy, I was getting tired of all this violence. How about we challenge on something different? Why don't we have a music contest so you can ascertain just how much of the real deal Karen and the Smotherers are?
Yeah, we'll have a shred off.
Yeah.
He throws his trident at Karen. He connects, it spears Karen through the leg, and he pulls her back on the chain and tries to drag her towards the edge.
Maybe a
Absolutely.
dance off?
I've still got a hold of Karen, by the way.
Tug of war.
Do I need to roll?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's cheating, boy.
Meg's gonna try and pull her back.
Okay. So you're pulling Karen by a rope, and he's pulling Karen by a spike through her leg.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see this going badly, but carry on.
Legs.
This can only end well.
Yep. So,
I'm too pretty for a peg leg, be careful.
so what's everyone else doing while this is going on?
To help distract the trident dude, I'm gonna ping a fireball at him from my staff.
Okay. You put a fireball near him, it distracts him for a second, you see him noticeably flinch and look over towards you. He then seems to regain his composure and sort of doubles down on trying to pull Karen towards the edge.
I want to throw my dagger at his head, all cool like I did in that other episode.
Okay, roll.
It won't go as well. Nope.
You throw your dagger ahead, it goes end over end, proper, and then clunks off his helmet and lands on the ground. He sort of looks down at it and then looks up at you and then continues to try and drag Karen towards the edge.
We've only got like 57 daggers, so
Can I try and do like a sick twist and kick with my free leg?
Well, considering that you're being dragged towards the edge,
Yeah, but I got a rope around us.
okay. So what are you going to kick though? Because he's nowhere near you.
I thought he
No,
had us like fairly close because like he's had my leg in a trident.
You can throw a trident a good like 10 meters.
Oh, is it like attached to a rope or something?
It's attached to
Yeah.
a chain, which is why he's trying to pull you to the edge.
Why don't you throw your mace at his head?
we might lose it.
Yeah, that mace is probably quite valuable.
Okay, maybe not then.
We should have bought the skeleton.
I could throw a bottle of wine at him though.
Maybe he likes wine.
You wanted to throw a bottle of wine at him?
I don't have much else to do. So sure.
Sure, on you go then. Natural 20.
Way!
Throw a bottle of wine at him. It smashes in his face. He staggers back and falls down. He's sort of sitting on the ground at the moment. His face is a crimson mess, and you can't tell how much is wine and how much is blood. But he's let go of the chain, though it is attached to his back.
Right.
Ah,
I'm gonna shout to Karen to get out of the chain. Get out.
It's trying through her leg.
It's not the chain that's got me.
Pull the blade out!
No, because it might just start bleeding out then.
What's the haft made of?
Basically a solid metal trident.
Oh.
Maybe we can get the chain off his back.
Karen just walks with a limp for the rest of the series.
Just with a trident in the leg for the whole time.
That's her life now.
I get a bonus to kicking people.
Can I fire another fireball at the dude while he's down?
Yep. Again, you sort of give him a slight scare, but not very much else.
Okay, I'm gonna run towards Karen and try and tinker with like the link of, like that connects me. So I'm gonna add tinkering to that.
God damn it, just hit the chain with a rock.
I don't have a rock!
It was on a mountain.
Oh fuck.
Nope.
I told you you should have used a rock.
You have a look at the chain. Karen's profusing so much that you can't actually take it seriously or focus properly, so you're just not really sure. You're just kind of standing there pulling bits of chain and going, why won't it just break?
Meg's having a crisis.
The guy on the floor,
Oh fuck.
yeah, he gets back up and he seems to wipe the sort of glass and blood from his face and begins again trying to haul Karen towards the edge.
That was a pretty good one, huh? I know I can get you some more.
I want to pull the rusted sword out from my pack and just sort of, take a swing at him, I guess.
Okay, are you running up to him to take a swing?
Yeah.
Okay, roll. You run up to him, you take a swing, he manages to dodge out of the way.
Can I pick up the knife that I threw at him earlier and missed?
Yes, you could sort of just roll past, pick the knife up.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's next?
I think it's Tubbs, is it?
Yeah.
Fireball!
Okay, another fireball from Tubbs.
20!
Natural 20!
Hey!
You fireball him in the face, he staggers backwards and falls off the ledge.
Ah,
fuck.
fuck.
I'm going to grab
As
on
he's
the
plummeting,
Karen.
Carrot begins to plummet at speed as well.
Fuck.
So, who's holding the rope at the moment? Because Meg was trying to look at the chain.
Well, I'm like right next to her, so I'm assuming I'm going to grab the chain. I'll grab the chain and hold on.
Okay.
Can we
roll to
just
see
grab
if
onto
you.
Karen?
Oz is behind it as well, isn't he? So can Oz make a grab at the chain?
Sure.
Let's see if Meg grabs the chain first of all. Yep, you managed to grab the chain. Is anyone grabbing Meg before Meg plummets off the cliff as well?
I'll grab Meg.
I'll grab Oz.
We're being a conga line.
Eventually, from you all kind of grabbing each other, you do manage to stop Karen plummeting off the edge, but she is kind of like half off the edge with a trident through her leg as this guy is swinging at the bottom of it.
You're right there, Karen.
Trident is really cool.
I'm going to shout to Tubbs to throw a fireball at the chain to try and like melt the chain off so we can like pull the chain.
Okay.
Let's
Just
see what
find a
our
rock.
let's see what our little friend does first. He begins trying to climb up the chain.
Oh fuck.
I'm just going to blast him in the... Oh, wait, can I check out how it's linked to his back?
It seems to be linked with like a sort of reel.
Okay, so is it like straps and stuff?
It's basically like, you know, a sort of winch mechanism.
Okay,
It's kind of like that.
cool.
Karen, how attached are you to this leg?
I mean, I would like to remain attached to it very much. If that is
good
what
to
you
know,
was
good to know.
implying.
Just exploring options, that's all.
Can we talk about this after we
Yeah.
save each other?
I'm going to fireball that winch mechanism, see if I can kind of destroy it or
Okay,
dislodge
roll.
something. 14.
You manage to hit it. He spins wildly. Might have done something, but you can't tell at the moment from how far away he is. He continues to climb.
I crawl around and find a goddamn rock.
You're currently like flailing between the edge of the cliff.
Just find a rock.
Right, roll to find a rock, Karen.
Somebody found a goddamn rock.
There's no rocks. On the mountain.
You don't find any rocks, no.
Why do you think we didn't get a rock, Karen?
I'm a little bit preoccupied. Trying not to fall to my day.
That's why we're holding you.
Oh god. Okay, so what is Ozmand now?
I'm trying to think what we could do, because we're all kind of anchored here, trying not... Because if we let go, Karen's going to fall over. If I've still got the sword in my other hand, can I just try swinging at the chain? Just to see what happens.
Okay. You swing at the chain, you hear a spark go off, and for some reason, somehow, you start a fire.
Huh.
So can Karen and Meg roll to see which one of them catches fire?
Oh, great.
So not if they catch fire, but which one catches fire.
Me!
It's Meg. So Meg's clothes accidentally just begin to catch a little fire and begin to singe.
Dinner Belen go girl.
Fuck!
Sorry. I'm just trying to help.
Why is it always me that ends up with fire or crushed by an ant or
Every
something?
time Ozmand always tries to help you, it ends up so well.
Girl ass halfway off a mountain with a trident through my leg.
I'm on
gotta
fire.
push it.
Okay, I'm gonna like grapple Karen and then roll.
And watch just tear my leg off like a crocodile.
No, I'm like cocooning you from behind. Like I'm holding onto you. I'm gonna try and like shuffle and roll about, try and put out the fire.
Okay.
While cursing
Roll.
Ozmand at the same time.
Yes, you managed to put the fire out, but yeah, you're kind of rolling around, and everyone is rolling around with you. Trying to hold on to this rope.
How much do we actually care about Karen? Can we just let her go?
I mean, I certainly care about Karen. Tyler probably cares about Karen.
I'm gonna be like, Meg's just cursing to Tubbs, just fucking throw a ball in his face!
Well,
Is
it's
it-
up.
Oh, right, let's do it. Let's go for another fireball at this guy's face. 8 fireball.
Nope, you miss. And he continues to climb up the rope. He's about 2 more turns and he'll be back to where Karen is.
Yeah, this is pretty heavy.
Guys, I don't think it could possibly go as bad this time as it did last time. I'm gonna try and swing at the chain again.
Meg's just getting him drop dead. Like, fucking.
You see the sparks fly, nothing really happened. You notice Meg physically like let go and re-grab as the sparks fly, so she stops herself catching fire.
Fuck's sake, Ozmand!
Look, it's gotta work one time.
Oh god. So, what's Karen doing?
I'm seeing if I have anything to throw at him again.
Your leg.
I don't really. Can I take off my shoe and throw it at him?
Sure, if you want to.
Can we just pull the trident out?
You could, yeah. Karen hurls a shoe off the cliff, nowhere close to the guy.
Now, to be fair, my aim is rather compromised by the searing pain.
So,
I feel like we just need to yank it out at this point.
Yeah.
Meg's currently holding Karen, so she can't actually do anything, so somebody else needs to do it.
That's what was said with Mick, but then Tal happened, so I'm not sure yanking it out always works.
It's all about the timing. This guy on the end of the chain's about to get here, so maybe it's time to yank it out.
Hey, Karen, wanna smoke?
It's probably for the best.
I'm gonna put a cigarette. I'm gonna put a cigarette. in
Anybody
Karen's
got
mouth.
any
I
more
see you
that
trying to
one?
light it and Meg going, no.
Meg just headbutts Tubbs in the face.
The enemy's
Get
down
away
there,
from
Nick.
me.
Down there.
Get away from me.
Someone
So-
gave me something to bat down on.
So, as
I'm gonna give her the shaft of my spear to bite down on. Bite down on the shaft, come on. I'll behave.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a yank.
Okay. Roll.
Not in public, please.
Give it a yank one
Wrench
bite on my
the
shaft.
trident out of Karen's leg. She's pissing blood everywhere, but the trident like flies straight down. You spin and almost fall down yourself, but the trident plummets, and this guy plummets as well down the cliff. So
Okay.
Karen is now a bleeding mess, but all of you are now safe.
Okay,
All in all, 100% success.
I'm gonna take a little bit of rope, put Karen down, and like tourniquet to try and like slow the bleeding in her leg.
Okay.
I'm gonna tear off my other robe sleeve and use that to kind of staunch the bleeding so I look cool in a little tank top.
Like a sleeveless vest.
A sleeveless robe, yeah.
I just have an
Sleeveless
image as
robe.
well of like Tubbs' idea of like staunching the blood be literally just stuffing the sleeve into the leg hole.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that's gonna leave a mark.
Oh,
Is
Mark.
Karen safe?
Oh,
is
Mark
Karen-
Florentino.
Is Karen safe now? Is she gonna be okay, or do we have?
If you can stop the bleeding, Karen's fine.
I mean, I don't think I was doing any more challenges for it.
Okay, we'll roll to stop the bleeding.
Okay. Yep, after like several minutes of trying to do the best you can, and Tubbs frantically trying to like pack all the gaps with bits of material, you do stop the bleeding.
As little woozer. Anyone got more wine that's red that can replace the blood?
You sit tight. I need to talk to Ozmand, and I go over, smack Ozmand in the face.
Ow!
That's for setting me on fire.
I deserve that, yeah.
Twice.
I was just trying to help.
How can I? Actually, I'm gonna ask Tubbs. Tubbs, can you like conjure your mirror so I can see how bad it is for myself?
Yeah, I forgot I have the mirror conjure thing, don't I?
Yep.
I'm going to conjure the mirror.
Okay. Tubbs passes you the mirror, and you look at your armor. Your armor is okay, but most of the patches of wolf fur have got like huge patches where the fur's been singed off. So it doesn't look like it fits anymore. Although it's not actually decreased the armor quality or anything, but it no longer looks as good, if you know what I mean.
That'll absolutely stink as well.
Yep.
You owe me some new armor, Oz.
How about this? How about on the way back to town, we'll kill a wolf and we'll staple it to you.
Nobody knows how to seamstress here.
It's true.
That's why I said staple.
We'll staple a wolf to you.
Like, not even cut it to size, it's just going to staple it to your shoulder.
I'm so annoyed right now. It's just like, I really liked my armor.
I can only apologise.
It's my headband scarf thing, okay? Like the one
Yeah,
that was
they're all
hanging on the
fine.
belt.
It's just you specifically smacked in the... Anything that was trailing has either been chewed by goats or set on fire this week.
What about my hair?
I haven't actually thought about your hair.
Oh god.
Tama probably knows how to sew right.
So, are you doing anything else before we move on to the next bit?
Well, can we heal Karen?
Yes, you can heal Karen.
Get her like moving.
You get Karen up to a vague sense of healed, though she does look quite pale.
Meg, as passing the challenge baton over to you.
I am pissed, Karen. I
I'm
will
just gonna
gladly.
I'm just
China
going to
leg.
hand her a stick.
You
Is
got
the
what?
symbolic button. It's the symbolic button a stick. The symbolic I've lost a lot of blood.
Just take the stick. I'm just gonna take the stick and just that's.
I'm going to lend Karen my spear to use as a crutch.
Karen takes it, looks at it, and realizes it's like a walking stick for her, if that.
I'm also going to give Meg those 2 cool daggers I found.
Thanks.
Okay. So, you continue along the path. As you continue along the path, suddenly you hear a bleating noise. Can everyone roll me a d20, please?
Oh no.
I don't have any robe left.
I've not been
19.
rolling well today.
So, a couple of you notice on one of the distant, mountainsides, at the top of the mountain there seems to be this shape, this black shape. It seems to put its head back, and as it puts its head back, you hear this bleating sound, echoing around the mountainside. You then watch it leap from that mountain to in front of you. At the moment, there is a 9-foot-tall, giant, angry, pissed off as fuck looking goat.
Hey, I done bested your big boy.
I'm guessing this is the challenge goat.
Oh, yeah, wait, I forgot the second challenge Meg used up.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, go on, Meg. Good luck.
Meg rolls up her sleeves. With it 2 daggers. Who wants goat for dinner?
No, I'm good.
I'm going to step up behind her, brandishing my staff. I like mine slightly charred.
I mean, I don't know if that counts as cannibalism in my part.
So, the goat, scrapes the ground and then starts charging towards you.
Is it towards me?
Towards the group of you, because you're on a very narrow... You're basically on an almost single file stretch.
Okay.
Can I try and plant my walking stick spear, pointing forward thing? You know when horses would charge an army?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I try and do that?
Sure.
There's a spear that I'm borrowing.
Can everyone roll me a d20, please, to see what happens next affects them?
I don't feel like I'm getting out of the way very quick.
It affects me for...
Natural 20.
Natural 20. As the creature sort of barrels towards you, a couple of you are like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, and at the last second before it hits you, it seems to leap over you, and it flies off and lands about a good 20 meters behind you off the one leap it did. But as it lands, it continues to charge off in a different direction, and you hear the sound of rumbling all the way around the area. And you feel snow begin to plummet off the ledge above you.
So guys, what's a 9-foot tall goat afraid of?
I know, but it looks like it's made of snow.
So
Run.
at the moment, it seems like an avalanche is about to happen.
I ain't no condition to be running.
No, it's like, shit.
Because AJ got good luck there, he sort of leant back and put his hand against the wall and found an alcove. So he frantically drags you all into this alcove as the avalanche goes past. And you're all kind of standing in this alcove going like, what the fuck do we do with that goat? The goat doesn't seem to return, it just seems to have fucked off.
Say, Tubbs, you know that skeleton you can like sort of summon?
Yep.
You could like summon one then disassemble it and make a sled.
I mean, I've been waiting all my life for you to say that.
I mean, you as a world-class necro carpenter.
Do you know what? This is a challenge I can accomplish. Let's fucking do it. So, what's the deal here? Where are we?
So you're standing currently in a small alcove on the side of this mountain as this avalanche is like flowing past you.
Okie dokie. Maybe wait for it to settle. We'll get a skeleton, then we've got a sled. We can always burn a tunnel through it with my fancy staff.
Okay.
Meg doesn't want to go near any fire right now. Meg just Meg's just like huddling in the corner across.
Is Jason still with us?
Jason is still with you and he's contentedly wagging his tail but wants to go back out to the avalanche.
We'll wait for it to finish first, Jason, because, you know, some of us are alive.
Yeah,
It's a bit mean.
hopefully that'll be a continued state of existence.
That's my hope.
Oh god.
Right, we'll go get Rosie. So, Diaval, if you just fly off and find Rosie and bring her here, indicate to her that she needs to bring some like bandages and stuff. Karen's up pretty bad. Great,
Okay.
tell her bring some fur.
Get her to pick up some food on the way as well.
Yeah, that too.
And bring the
You know
skeleton.
what? You know what? We'll write you a list, and you can just take
Yeah.
that.
Including Archie.
In fact, get her to bring the cart
Yeah.
Up a hill, up the mountain.
up the road.
It will fit on the road. It'll be very precarious at parts, but it will fit on the road. I don't know how you're going to turn it around at the end, but yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Austin Powers style.
You know, in
You know when
Tubbs.
Tubbs summons skeletons,
Yeah.
does the previous skeleton just sort of disappear?
Yeah, we had this discussion earlier.
I think so,
So,
yes.
could we build a shelter out of skeletons?
It would crumble to dust.
Thus, it wouldn't really be that sheltering, would just be surrounded by bones.
Yeah.
You could, though, fill pillowcases with bone dust and it'd be very comfy.
Do you have
A little
pillowcases?
creepy.
We have robes.
Can you sew the ropes together with your lack of seamstress skill?
We can tie knots.
I mean, they'd end up more like sandbags, really, wouldn't they? We'd need a lot of bone dust.
Tubbs, get on it.
So it still goes on for about an hour. You decide just to make camp while you're here because there's not really much else you can do while it's still flowing. And the next morning you kind of all awake to find the avalanche is finished and it's relatively calm weather outside. And as you walk outside, you notice off to the left that at the end of this road seems to be carved into the rock a giant black pyramid.
Oh, shit.
The bell tolls. The end is nigh. For this week, at least. Join us again next week for more of our tale. This podcast is an adaptation of Curse of Strahd, a 5th edition D&D adventure. It was adapted from the original story by Nikoli Popsky. The podcast features Nikoli, Amy, Belry, AJ, Lexa, and Matt. All music was written and performed by Daniel Boström. Artwork was by John Moore.
Could we like shave it all off and just glue it into like a sidecar or something then?
You potentially could, yes?
Or maybe a fancy goatee.
Yeah, they'll distract. Fuck, one sec. Yeah, they'll distract from all the decay. I can't do that. What?
What are you trying to do?
The accent, it's gone.
Say Tyler 15 times.
You're free.
The curse has been lifted, thank God.
Wow, this is my normal voice. I've been speaking a crazy voice this whole time.
Well, hello, I'm Karen. This is how I would normally talk.
Back in the
To be
box
fair-
at home. Back in the box.
That does make
Yeah,
a lot of sense about
A great
something.
many things.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just-
about why Karen thinks she's so classy. Maybe she is actually secretly classy. What about Karen?
You spoke to Karen if you wanted.
Nah, I'm not sure that's the best idea. 'Cause,
Who knew this would be the sticking point?
well, if you did, I'm afraid the only thing to be found is my fist find your face, boy. Sorry, I'm trying to be witty, but also I think my video drivers are dying.
Actually, or are they just completely shut down?
Well, that's not ideal.
That's not ideal.
Bye, Belry.
This is the end.
Oh no.
I pour the potion on Karen. She hasn't got any. No, I don't. That's a dick.
Just
Right.
missed them being attacked by a wave of goats.
Okay, I thought that Tubbs was taking the piss.
No, unfortunately not.
No, I've just been trampled by a pack of goats.
That's a shame. My grandma was something of a goat herder, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, well then,
She produced strange smelling milk that no one really wanted, but was told it was healthier.
they made cheese out of it.
Are you putting a
'Cause-
rope around Karen then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case she falls.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna fall, I got some goat in me.
Yeah,
Stop it.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Every once in a while.
I mean from my grandmama.
Oh my.
I must say, Karen, your genealogy is it's its own subject.
The only piece of fan art I want for this podcast is someone to do Karen's family tree,
That would be amazing.
including all the Florentinos.
Oh,
Illustrated as well.
Yeah, of course.
got to be a picture of Karen with each one of them. It's the same picture of Karen, just swapped with this random.
Were they all brothers though? So
No.
Yeah, there was
As
my
well.
dad as well.
Mick and
Oh, yeah.
Dennis were brothers.
There was a
Travis
sister.
Florentino was Mick's dad and a drummer. There was Tony Florentino, who was Mick's sister and also the head of the mafia. There was Meg the Carney from the Phase. There was the Noel grandpa and the grandmother.
There was Gino as well.
Yeah, there was Gino. Gino was the one we didn't talk about.
Oh, basically though, all of the Florentinos can have the same face. It's just three of them can have slightly different facial hair. One of the dudes can have like slightly graying hair, and the other one, will just draw with like a ponytail or something.
Basically like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.